Just to get us going here, love to get you just to introduce yourself, Tom, and what your responsibilities are at Oracle, how long you've been there. Tell us a little bit more about the total size of the team that you look after and the book of revenue under your purview.
My name's Tom Germack. I'm the SVP of Revenue Operations at Oracle. I've been working for Oracle for maybe 18 years now, but that's spread across kind of two different vectors. One, I started with a company called NetSuite in 2008. NetSuite was acquired by Oracle about 7 years into that tenure. And then I remained with NetSuite as a business unit within Oracle for another 7 years. And for the last 3 years, I've been in charge of global revenue operations, which is we kind of have a hub and spoke model, which is we have a centralized team of, say, 1,300 people that's trying to have standard practices across all of Oracle. And then there are divisional or regional teams that run operations at the field level that we're constantly collaborating with to help sales sell and to have the best possible scaling results for Oracle.
Right now, Oracle is in a pretty formidable position over the last few years. They've been building up their cloud scale in particular and some tremendous fiscal year results. Maybe just give us a bit of background in terms of how Oracle has been shifting their business model just at the highest level over the last few years. We'd love to get that background.
Yeah, definitely. So, Oracle has fully embraced the transition to cloud from a license structure, both with our Fusion sales or Fusion applications, as well as the NetSuite application, which was native in the cloud. We also have a broad suite of vertical industry applications that play in each individual industry, and we're slowly moving those to cloud offerings as well. The biggest mover of that needle is Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. So, we're one of the 4 hyperscalers and gaining a lot of traction in that market. There's been a lot of news lately about, how Oracle as a secondary entry to the cloud infrastructure market is gaining tremendous market share because our ability to network computers together and to create a far better solution for many of our customers. Now, the thing about Oracle Cloud Infrastructure and cloud infrastructure in general is it's not a binary solution. So what we're seeing in the market is multi-cloud is kind of taking shape. And we've partnered with AWS, we've partnered with Google, we've partnered with Microsoft Azure, and now customers have a ability to choose which features and which functionality from each hyperscaler they would like to employ, and that can all be employed in co-located data centers. So that's really I think the driver of our most recent success is that we're taking down the walled gardens and partnering with all these other hyperscalers to make it a customer choice conversation.
And that seems to be paying off very, very well. I was just taking a look at the revenues for Oracle, Tom, and over the last 5 years or so, since 2000, Oracle have grown their revenues by about $20 billion. It took 15 years before that to grow the revenues by 20 billion. So it seems like revenue is certainly accelerating.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the things that we wanted to get to the heart of here was how Oracle has been modernizing the enterprise salesforce and building seller productivity. One of the, I think it's one of the first companies ever in the software industry to really embrace business value selling. I know that you have business value consultants and team members who help customers to sell overall. Can you maybe just tell us a little bit more about what that team does just at the highest level, why it's so important to customers, why it's so important to Oracle?
Value selling to us is making sure that we understand our customers' initiatives, we understand their market and financial position relative to its peers, and making sure that we're able to merge our comprehensive product capabilities to align on the sequence that we're going to deliver solutions that are going to deliver mutual success between Oracle and a customer. So it's really, defining on a value basis what a customer's ROI is going to be and where those value points are, But again, I think, putting in the context of the company's initiatives and their market position is the key to that exercise. And that's what our value team is helping our sellers obtain.
And I think some of this business value selling and engaging executives predates both of us, I think, from the late 90s with Oracle. So it's a long, steeped history. It's proven it works. It's one of the reasons why Oracle is one of the largest enterprise software companies in the world. With AI and with a lot of focus on Oracle integrating AI into your offerings and your products, maybe can you tell me a little bit more about what does that shift then mean for your sellers? And what do they need to be doing going forward? How are you helping them in the market to embrace AI and generate even more productivity and value for customers?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm looking at it from the standpoint of what do our sellers spend time on, and what is the relative value of those activities as far as their impact in the sales cycle. So what we're trying to do with AI is quite simply taking the highly manual, highly repetitive tasks that don't add as much value to a sales cycle and automating those. So, examples are just doing research on value selling with the company's initiatives. Like, what are their initiatives? Doing research around their relative P&L position to their peers, and looking for places where they need to improve their P&L to be market competitive.
Just to wrap us up here, Tom, maybe just a couple of last minute sort of questions. Let's fast forward, let's say 3 years, 5 years. Where do you see the industry going in enterprise selling? What would be an amazing outcome for you if you saw using AI?
I'm not necessarily certain it's 100% AI, but where I see the market going from a go-to-market perspective is really a buyer-led journey. I think the days of traditional outbound are coming to an end. I saw a statistic recently. I believe it was 83% of a sales cycle is asynchronous, meaning buyers are doing their own research. So where that becomes important is making sure as a company that your website has the information that you want the LLMs to bring forward to a company that's doing research, that they have the ability to experience your product, that when you when you have a product tour, it's not just a link that's going to have an SDR calling a company, but it's an actual product tour that someone can experience what it's like to use your product with their own data, maybe. So I think, the evolution I see and where the market's headed, I think is really that buyer-led journey. Buyers are going to start coming to a sales cycle more ready to buy, and
Yep.
sales reps need to be aware of the engagement level that they've had. They need to, use tools like Databook to really understand their customer's place in the marketplace, and be ready to handle a negotiation and be able to really articulate their knowledge of that customer to bring a deal home.
One of the things we've talked about a lot is working customer back. And if you understand the customer, then you can work backwards to find the right solutions and showcase your credibility and your references that actually enable the customer to buy from you. And I think that aligns really well with what you're trying to do. So, and where you think the market's going to go. So, really appreciate your time here, Tom. Thank you so much for sharing your perspectives. And is there anything I didn't ask you that you would have liked me to have asked you?
No, it's always a pleasure, Anand. I appreciate the conversation, and this hit all the points that I wanted to make today.
Perfect. Okay. Well, thanks very much for the time.
All right, thanks, sir.